Hey everyone, welcome to the best US Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Sonofasilverstacker. Today's date is the 25th of September 2025, and in this video, we have a jam-packed episode. Lots of information that I need to share with you. Some special announcements coming up. I'm really excited to share with you. Now, before any of that though, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to reach a bazillion subs. It's actually a really big number. I looked it up on the Google machine. It's ginormous. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Now, let's make an announcement here. I'm going to show you here. This is one of the things I'm going to be telling you here. We are doing a giveaway. Redollar and myself, Son of a Silver Stacker, are doing a giveaway on October 1st. That's next Wednesday at noon. You can win an American Silver Eagle plus Redollar scale and loop right there, as you can see. The 10 winners are going to be selected on October 15th, 2025, and we will have a place for you to enter when it comes that time. I'm really excited. Can't wait. I'm super geeked up for that. Now let's bounce over to moneymetals.com. I can show you with those live spot prices. Yep, look at that. Gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. Even Dr. Copper over here. Wasn't that like 464 yesterday? Things are moving rapidly now. Not parabolic, but things are definitely moving quickly here. So gold's up 11.25 to 37.61.45, and I believe these are the futures. All right, silver is up 94 cents to 45.06. Platinum is up 29.40 to 15.35. Palladium up 26.45 to 12.52.40, and Dr. Copper over here, yeah, 4.87 per pound. And that just makes producing our circulating change even more expensive, less seigniorage for the United States Mint. Down here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.69. For a quantity of 1 through 39, they'll ask that you pay $51.77, and I think we're well on our way to $55, double nickel. It's incredible, the movement we've seen. I mean, we started out this year with, this was what, $39? Yeah, look at the movement. I mean, it's just incredible. Now, the buyback, that's the sell to them price, is $45.51, not $1.20 like we typically see. So it's in that range there of lower than $1.20. So now let's keep on keeping on. We'll go over to the United States Mint's product page. And today, that's right, it's today, the Batman comic art and coins are dropping at noon today. You got 24,000 of the Batman, 10,000 for the proof gold coin, and then an unlimited amount for that 1 ounce silver metal. And after that, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 products are going to be coming out, and I'll be picking up that one, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 more products out of the remaining 12. That's going to be interesting. Now, let's keep on keeping on. Did you notice this? Yeah, look at that. This here is the American Eagle out of San Francisco. That's the San Francisco proof, the last San Francisco proof. And really, you know, I found it really interesting that none of the other, well, I don't want to say coin channels. I don't really check out YouTube too much as far as coin channels, but I do read the periodicals or the journals online. And only numismaticnews.net, I think, made the announcement on the day of the drop, that is, that this was going to be the last American Silver Eagle out of San Francisco, California, for the foreseeable future, I think is what they said. So that's kind of interesting. But now, after the United States Mint took off that household order limit, I think it was 10. Yeah, 10, that's quite a number for a coin that has only 110,000. Because if we look at the Army Privy, the Navy, and the Marine Corps Privy, they have a product limit that's similar at 100,000, but you could only purchase one. So yeah, when they took the household order limit of 10 off yesterday at noon, it was gonzo at about 12:15, 12:20 in the afternoon. And I think our source told us yesterday morning that there was less than 9,000 left. Interesting, isn't it? That just it's gone. And where did they go? Well, they probably went to the bulk purchasers or the dealers. I mean, they know what's up. This is the last one, and that could be very special. It could be a semi-key date, a key date, or a better date coin. Isn't that something? Now, over here, we're looking at the Batman 2.5 ounce silver metal, 275 simoleons today, and the mintage limit is 25,000. The household order limit is 1, and we yet to have any kind of idea what the packaging is going to be like for this particular silver metal. Not sure what's up with that, and it's the same for the 1 ounce silver metal as well as the 1/2 ounce gold coin too. Yeah, no product packaging there whatsoever. Now, is this the gold coin? No, I guess that's the silver proof. I don't know why I have it up there twice. Doesn't make any sense, but let's go to Facebook. I got to show you something, and I want to thank Mickey Minsky, our friend over there. He showed this to me yesterday. I was like, "What?" Yeah, this is a big deal, folks. All right, this is a really big deal. So the United States Mint posted 22 hours ago on their Facebook page. It says here, "Big reveal coming soon." What are they talking about? I'm super excited, especially for the American Innovation Coin Program. So it says here next month. That's in going to be October, right? Yeah. Next month in October, we're unveiling the 2026 American Innovation Coin Program with the R. I think that's reserved. All right. Designs for Iowa, Wisconsin, California, Minnesota. And don't forget, California has Steve Jobs on there. And we don't necessarily know which exactly designs were approved by the Secretary of the Treasury, but we know who the people are. And, there's a truck with the produce or whatever. So refrigeration, I think, was the point on that one. Minnesota. Until then, we'll be teasing out each innovation this month by showing the background art. What? Which we've done in the Midwestern regionalism style. That is so cool. What? Yeah. Oh, what's that? Look at that. Can you guess what or who the innovation or innovator that will be featured by the background design and the hint that will be provided? New to the American Innovation $1 coin program, question mark? Click the link below to explore the program, check out the previous releases, and most importantly, subscribe so you don't miss another coin in this awesome series. And it really is. And I hope, and let's be real about this, the United States Mint has treated this coin program as well, not like the other coin programs, like the American Women Quarters or anything like that. I mean, these have been like, I don't want to say shunned and I don't want to say abused or anything like that of that nature, but they haven't really been in the forefront of the Mint's offerings. Like, hey, we're going to go release this coin and we're going to have a big to-do and all these people are going to be there, come on this day that it drops. Nothing like that. So it's kind of a bummer, but do you see what I see here? Coming soon, American Innovation 2026. Let me make it easy for you. Yeah, look at this. So it's been happening. We have had the American Innovation Coin Program since 2018. That was the first year that it had come out, and it is going from 2018 to 2025. And ever since 2019, it featured a stylized gear. So I think 2019 to 2025 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years or so. So that's each of the stylized gear that the Mint has used as a privy mark on the obverse. Well, look at this one now. Bam! Look at that. It's got a 250 with a stylized gear behind it. What? Yeah. Oh my, I got chicken skin just looking at it. And I looked at it yesterday all day. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. But look at this with this beautiful, it reminds me of the Altadena. If you guys are from California, that reminds me of the Altadena brand. I always thought that's at L and A. But anyway, it's an A-frame barn. Really cool. And then cities in the background. I can't wait to see this privy mark on these American Innovation dollars. That is remarkable. And we had suspected that the United States Mint was going to do this after we read some of the 2026 semi-quincentennial law, what broke down, what each different denomination was going to have. This is exciting news, folks. This is really cool. Now let's keep on keeping on. We're going to go to the next step here. This is what that link that we showed you goes to, and it says American Innovation $1 coin. It's got the 2025 proof set still available. Now this, I believe, the 2025 reverse proof set is coming soon, so it's on Remind Me. But I do believe you can still sub for this particular yeah, there it is. You can still sub for this particular issuance, and it's got a product limit of 57,816. And I'll tell you what, these coin designs are amazing this year. This is really a special year for this particular set. I can't even tell you. Now, we're going to be talking about U.S. Mint sales. Now, we're going to shift gears and go over to here to coinnews.net. This just came out yesterday from Mike Unser, dated September 25, 2025. Title is U.S. Mint sales. New proof Morgan and Peace dollars lead again. Or do they? No, they actually have a picture here. It's the uncirculated set that leads here. This is the #1 seller for this last week over there at the United States Mint. It really is remarkable, the amount of uncirculated sets they've sold. And I think this came out on July 17th, if I'm not mistaken. You won't believe how many they've sold. And what does it due to? Well, I think it's due to the Kennedy half dollar being sold out in the rolls and bags. Okay. So, yeah. And that Lincoln cent. This could be the last year of the Lincoln cent. So if you have a really nice specimen for this Lincoln cent being the last year, or maybe it's definitely a possibility of a firm maybe that next year, in the beginning of the year in 2026, we're going to actually see some Lincoln cents out in the wild in original bank wrap rolls. So I imagine if anybody could pick up boxes or rolls of those 2026 Lincoln cents, and will those have privy marks on them, or will they have the dual date? Yeah, I think all circulating coins are going to have dual date next year. So that could be a nice finish to the Lincoln cent denomination. And it's kind of a bummer because that's really the entry point for a lot of collectors into the coin collecting or numismatics, is that Lincoln cent, unless you were given or gifted a more special coin, right? Like a Morgan dollar or a peace dollar from way back when. All right, let's get to it. Proof Morgan and peace silver dollars continued to anchor U.S. mint sales in the latest report, while the uncirculated 2025 mint set recorded this week's highest individual gain. No doubt about it. It's a special set. No kidding. Key date set, I would imagine, because it's the last of the Kennedy half dollar as we know it. No more heraldic eagle with the shield on the reverse, and the left or west facing Kennedy portrait is gonzo, and it will return in 2027 with a sports theme, I think, on the reverse, as well as a right or east looking Kennedy portrait. Other products showed more modest movement by comparison. Launched on September 11, the two proof dollars ranked among the Mint's weekly bestsellers there. With combined sales climbing 10,000. Look at that. That's incredible. We're talking about the two proof dollars, right? Climbing 10,229 in their first full week. I can't get that out of my mouth. To 278,853. More than half of that increase came in the 40 coin bulk options. What? Yeah, breakout show. The Morgan dollar here. You got the individual up 44 units for the up 12,880 in the bulk action, bringing the total to 145,384 for the Morgan. But look at this. The bulk option is more than double the bulk option for the Morgan dollar, and that was up 322 units to 12,880. So they really just made it even Steven, right? They just leveled it out. That's why they were up 101 units. Combined total for the peace dollars, 133,469. Now let's talk about the reverse proof Palladium American Eagle, released on September 4, opened with 4-day sales of 4,012. By the following weeks through September 14th, its total slipped by 33 to 3,979, making it the lowest minted, that's right, lowest minted Palladium American Eagle in existence, right? So that's kind of interesting. In the latest report period, sales edged up by 4 to 3,983, representing 66.4% of its 6,000 coin mintage limit. And Mint has done that earlier this year, where they didn't really make as many coins as they said they would, or what's in the product, the limit, I guess I'm trying to say the mintage limit and the product limit. They haven't got all of the product limit made. Maybe they're going to leak out a couple more, I'm not sure, but it reminds me of the American Liberty silver medal, where they said that they were going to make 60,000, and we haven't even broke 30,000 with that. So the Mint has been doing that, and they did that last year with the flowing hair silver medal as well. That was something else. Now let's talk about the laser engraved American Silver Eagle here. Yeah, released on August 20, the 100,000 mintage for the 2025 West Point proof laser engraved American Silver Eagle became unavailable about 3 weeks ago. That's absolutely correct. And I did, I'm going to just read this and then I'll make a commentary. First day sales totaled 59,520, as previously reported by CoinNews.net, but no updated figures were published for 4 consecutive reporting periods, or 4 weeks. That has now changed, with new data showing the total at 99,147, down 641 from the prior week. How do they even know that if they didn't get the numbers but twice, representing 99.1% of the authorized mintage limit? And I tell you, folks, this is probably a sleeper coin. I don't think that it's going to, how like that movie Big Trouble in Little China didn't do so well back in the 80s. It wasn't really like a box office success. But then again, as time moves on, you got the VHS and the, home video. That thing ended up being a cult classic, right? So sometimes, the initial launch is kind of maybe a failure to launch, but inevitably, I think something like this is going to have value beyond what we're seeing today. And what's interesting about this is that last week, let's go to last week's report, because they're talking about now we're at 99,147, down right? 641 from the prior week. But let's go to coinnews.net from the prior week. This is September 16, 2025. By Mike Unser over at coinnews.net. Title of this article is U.S. Mint Sales 2025 Proof Morgan and Peace Dollars start at 268,624, and it says updated. We don't know what the updated is, but that's okay. And I will leave a link in the description for both these coinnews.net articles. So let's go. I probably should actually go a lot faster by hitting Control F to find this, but that's too late now. We're at the silver proof sets, the uncirc sets, ornaments, and here we go. Proof and reverse proof, silver eagles. Yeah. The last report they had, and I don't know where they got that 641, but the last time they reported any numbers right here was 59,520, and that was the first day sales. So, yeah, to say that the last report, well, from the prior week or whatever, yeah, it's down. That's okay. But where do they get that number from? I don't even know. I guess somebody had told them, well, this week had this much, and that week. Oh, and by the way, they finally did call me over from the United States Mint and told me that the mintages for the, because I had inquired myself what was the final tally on the sales for the laser engraved American Silver Eagle, and they told me that exact number. So that's awesome that they finally called me back. I'm somebody, right? Yeah, yay. Oh, and by the way, speaking of the United States Mint, and I'll tell you in a second, I'll get to that in a second here. Let me keep on keeping on. The 2025 American Liberty issues launched on August 21st. That's right. That's a beautiful, beautiful design with that sunflower. The 12,000 mintage of the 2025 West Point $100 high relief gold coin lasted nearly 2.5 hours before first becoming unavailable, with an opening total of 7,350 out of 12,000. Right. Well, they're a lot closer to that 12,000 now. The figure stayed relatively steady for weeks until sales briefly reopened, and they didn't tell anybody. They didn't make an announcement, but they sold 4,000 of those bad boys. And who picked those up, I wonder? Scratching head. Looks dumb. All right, the latest data... I was narrating my own look. All right, the latest data shows it down 3 to 11,972. The companion medal, 60,000 mintage for the 2025 Philadelphia Silver Medal, which became unavailable the day after release when they lifted the household order limit, debuted with reported sales of 28,888. That's got to be a good luck number, right? Over the past 3 weeks, it has shown only modest changes, most recently dipping by 12 to 29,943. Yeah, out of 60,000. And do you believe, folks, I'm going to ask you a question here. Do you believe that the Mint is actually going to make 30,000 of those appear magically? Or, yep, the bulk people got those. It's all gone now. You can't get any more. So that's a question I don't know that we'll get an answer to, but my instinct tells me that that's it. That's all you're going to get from this American Liberty Silver Medal. All right. Now it says launched on August 7th, the 10 coin 2025 silver proof set recorded 4-day. This is an important set. This is a key date set in my book. No doubt about it. Especially if it's like pristine with no toning action. Yeah, you scored if you own one of these in a magnifique. I recorded 4-day opening sales of 120,807 units after climbing to 127,125 in its first full week. The set, now listed as currently unavailable, has logged 5 consecutive weekly declines, down 2,166, then 10,609, then 159, and then 71, and most recently down 82 this week, bringing the new total to 114,038. And could we see another negative, making it drop down to the 113,000 range? Why not, right? Now it says here, released on July 31st and limited at 7,500 coins, the anniversary 2025 West Point Proof Sacagawea gold dollar became unavailable about 8 hours after its launch. Since then, only small quantities have briefly appeared, 7:30 in the morning a.m. All right. 5 reports ago, the total edged up by 4 to 7,444. The following report showed no change. In the next update, it increased by 47 to 7,491. Then it logged back-to-back declines of 5 and then no movement. And its latest weekly total fell by 3 to 7,478. So that's the current sales of that one right there, or the mintage, whatever you want to call it. Now, here we go. This is how I'm going to tell you right now. This is the Mint Superman themed gold coin and silver medals debuted on July 21st, pre-sale, with the first 4 days of pre-sales showing the least expensive medal leading 30,228, which we know that was, if it really did have 30,000, that would have been astonishing to me. I'm like, hey, that's better than I thought. But yeah, and then reality hit me, right? Followed by the 2.5 ounce version at 11,764 and the gold coin at 6,146. So remember those numbers if you can, 30, 11, and 6. So let's go here, week ending September 21st. That was just 4 days ago. The gold coin is up to 28, right? This 2.5 ounce metal up 33. That's 1 ounce metal up 85. So look, if the mint did make 10,000 gold coins and they made 24,000 silver metals and an unlimited number of the silver metals, the 1 ouncers, how long is this gonna? I mean, how much inventory are they gonna have sitting around for years and years and years? Because you're not going to sell out that quickly. All right, current totals now stand at 5,920 for the gold, 5,920. Where are you at there? Oh, I think we showed you here. Oh, that's all right. Let's keep on keeping on. 12,824 for the 2.5 ounce silver medal and 14,000, yeah, out of the 14,862 for the 1 ounce silver medal. That is incredible. So we had 30, 11, and 6. Yeah, there's 6 basically, 11 and 30. Yeah, really close to what the initial sales were for the gold and that 2.5 ounce silver medal, but nowhere near for that 1 ounce silver medal. All right, in its latest report, the no longer available Privy Mark 250th Anniversary Army, and this is a hot coin, no doubt about it. Very hot. The 250th Anniversary Army 2025 West Point Proof American Silver Eagle advanced by 725. Wow, those people scored to 99,603. And what about the remaining, right? Because we know the mintage is 100,000. Is the mint going to sneak those out at 7:30 a.m. in the morning? It marks the coin's third straight weekly gain, following gains of 340 and 483 and 725. So they could easily, put another, 397 out there or so. Is my math correct? Probably not. The coin carries an official mintage of 100,000. Now let's get to the Mint's weekly top sellers here. Below is the roster of U.S. Mint's most sought-after numismatic products for the week ending September 21st. Here we go. The 2025 Mint set. I already talked to you about that one. That's incredible. Number 1 spot. But look at that. 2,454. 2,452 rather. And most of those, right, were from the bulk action. That's incredible. Number 4 spots, the American Innovation Proof Dollar set. Right, American sold 844. That's not so bad, but if we're already below 1,000, those 4 digits, and we're at the number 4 product, it's not a busy month for the United States Mint. I would think the 5th place, 6th place should be in the thousands. All right, the what is it? Number 5 spot is taken by the flagship Proof Silver Eagle out of West Point, New York, sold 733. 6 spots taken by the 250th anniversary U.S. Army Proof Silver Eagle. Yeah. The Army is still up in the top 10. How'd that happen? I'm telling you, they're sneaking them out. And if you're wise enough, or, well, if you're lucky enough, I guess, to score one of those at 7:30 a.m. in the morning Eastern time, kudos to you. All right, number, 7 here is the uncirculated peace silver dollar. Uncirc. Where's the Morgan? Oh, the Morgan's number 9. Yeah, sold 202. Not even close. More than double there. And number, 8 is the Proof U.S. Marine Corps silver dollar. And that sold 411. And then number 10 spot is the Unk Silver Eagle out of West Point, New York, sold 201 to 83,255. And that's still available, folks, which is a head scratcher. And it would be nice if the Mint actually put on their product limit and the mintage limit being the same, or at least different, to show us, hey, there's going to be more of these available for the bulk purchasers. But they didn't do that. All right, in its latest report, the Mint published sales data for 595 numismatic products. 3 products saw week-over-week gains of more than 1,000 compared to 2 previously. All right, the U.S. sales momentum picked up with 102 products surpassing their previous gains, up from 94 the prior week. All right, that's amazing. And it's been solid sales this year. And I think because of that, and I think there's a reason, because the Mint is lowering the mintage limit, and they're offering some pretty sweet coins and medals. Let's face it, the American Liberties were awesome. The Army Privy was awesome. Even the, I want to say, what was it? I already said it once. I can't believe I just had yeah, we're talking about the, oh my gosh, the laser engraved silver medal. There you go. And what's interesting is they don't even have that on the top 10, even though they sold like 50,000 of them almost, right? Or maybe 45,000. Doesn't even show that on here. Incredible. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Let's say 8 products registered weekly sales declines compared to 11 in the last week's report. Additional declines not already noted include the 2025 proof set, falling 20 to 304,733. And that proof set from 2025 does have some toning issues. I have 3 sets myself, and 2 of them are toning already. So, and they're not even a year old, right? And I don't even keep them in a place where they would even be toned. It's really wild. All right, here we go. Numismatic products. This is U.S. Mint sales. 2025 commemorative coins. Yep, solid program, but not one of them is at a 1% right now, which is really incredible because we typically see an increase of 1% to 1.5% on these Marine Corps 250th anniversary half dollars. Had to get a little sippy sip of water. These meds I'm on make my mouth dry. It's terrible. All right, Morgan and Peace silver dollars. Yeah, look at that. The bulk sales up 15% there. But look at this, 101 for the bulk sales on that proof Peace silver dollar. Yeah, an increase of 45%. Bam! That's huge. And look at all these numbers here. What's interesting, and I made this point in past videos, that the Morgan and Peace silver dollars outsell. That's right, the American Silver Eagle program. That's just incredible. It really is. I mean, these are all solid numbers for the United States Mint, and they go all the way back to 2023 with 63 sales of the Proof Morgan, and the Proof Peace had 46 sales. I mean, that's incredible. It really is quite something, and it's obviously a big deal program. But the thing is, I believe the American Silver Eagle is probably the most collected coin on Earth, or at least in the United States. And does that mean that? And I got to ask the question, and the planchets they use for the Morgan and Peace dollars, I don't think they're aren't they 90%? No, they might be 3/9 fine, but they're not a whole ounce of silver, unlike the American Silver Eagles. And that's incredible how they outsell them. Comic art, coin, and metals. Okay, so yesterday I got an email from the United States Mint saying, hey, we couldn't, and I'm talking about the 2.5 ounce silver medal here. We couldn't process your order. Please call us at your earliest convenience. And I'm like, what? So I called them, got a Mint representative, and she told me that there was an issue with my debit/credit card. And I'm like, well, what's up with that? You guys have already charged me twice, right? I mean, my wife had a strong talk with me about that. She's going to think I've gone mad. Here we go, getting charged again. Well, what she said is that there was some issue, and I had to actually enter my information for the credit card, debit card, manually over the phone. And then once I hit pound, it'll come back to her, and then she's going to get the expiration date, and then the order would go through. So I did all that, jumped through the hoops, and now my order's supposed to go through because just yesterday, my Superman 2.5 ounce silver medal went from back order to processing. And she said now that it's processing, it's going to be shipped. And they wanted to make sure that, and they already took the money out twice. You know what I mean? It's like, why did they need me to call them? But anyway, that's what happened. Not even sure. All right, 25th anniversary Sacagawea gold coin. Yeah, look at that. -3. And make sure you check out Gen X Collectibles. Gen X has an awesome video about the values right now on eBay. And it's interesting how the Sacagawea gold dollar coin is really one of the only ones holding strong out of all those coins. Yep, there's the 230th anniversary flowing hair. They were supposed to make a lot more than that. But look at that. It includes 8,926 from bulk sales. That was more than 10% of the allotment that they typically should have. Yeah, that was a punch. Let's see. Liberty Britannia, Armed Forces silver medals. Navy beats Army 63-47. And that's not a basketball score. That is the 1 ounce silver medals. So American Liberty products, 3 loss for the gold coin, 12 loss for the American Liberty. And yeah, are we going to see a mintage of 60,000? I doubt it. All right, look at this. 20 of the American Liberty gold coin from 2018. That's awesome. And typically that's exactly what we see when another product for the American Liberty products come out and has a drop day. It makes people focus on some of the older coins, and that's why we get these sales bumps here, like 58 here for the American Liberty silver medal featuring that bristlecone pine tree, right? That's kind of cool. Yep, clad proof sets, that was yanked early. That should have a mintage of 420,002, or was it 8? I can't remember, but they got about 100,000 shy of that one, pulled it at 304,733. And will we see another decline next week? Yeah, but it'll probably be modest, not as big as they have been for the silver proof sets. Look at this increase here for the American Innovation proof set. Yeah, up 1.82%, almost 1,000 units sold, almost 850. Silver proof sets, yeah, down another 82. And if we're down another 82 next week, we're going to get below that 114,000 threshold. That is incredible, folks. They lost one on the silver proof set for the American Women Quarters. That also was below its stated product limit also. I think they were at 36,000. That's a huge increase here for the U.S. Mint uncirculated sets, up 3,848. Yeah, the demand is definitely there, an increase of 2.56%. Incredible. And then the ornaments, this is the last year of the ornaments. We're talking the Mighty Minters, we're talking the regular U.S. Mint ornament, as well as the American Women Quarter ornaments. And I got to ask you a question. Do you think the United States Mint's going to make ornaments for the semi-quincentennial coinage? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. All right, let's keep on keeping on here. Yeah, I'm not using a water bottle. Somebody made a really funny comment about me using my water bottle, and they're like, dude, give me your email. I'll send you a, what was it, a Yeti something or other? That's funny as heck. All right, proof and reverse proof silver eagles. Yep, the laser engraved silver eagle down 641 to 99,147. An increase of 725 for the U.S. Army silver eagle. Yeah, that's incredible. And it looks like there might be some remaining. So yeah, if you're lucky enough to get those, kudos to you. Well done for your perseverance. No doubt about it. That's incredible. Let's keep on keeping on Uncirc Eagles. Yeah, I thought this one sold out a long time ago. Boy, was I mistaken about that one. But then again, I didn't know that the United States Mint wasn't being completely upfront about the total number of coins available. And that's a bummer in the summer because I can't really make any honest assessments if I don't have the full, all the data to make that. Look at this, though. Gold has been on a tear at the United States Mint this year. Up, look at this, up all across the board here, except for that 4-coin set, up 1%, almost 2% for the half ounce, almost 2% there, or 1.75% for that 1 ounce, and 1.25% for that 10th ounce. So kudos to anybody who's buying these gold coins, because you know what? Isn't gold like going gonzo right now? And where does it stop? I mean, we're seeing gold just up incredible all-time highs consistently, constantly this whole year so far. That is incredible. It's just driving sales for the 2025. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Not really much to talk about for the Bison or the Buffalo gold coin, whatever you like to call it. 29 for the proof platinum. Yeah, that's the lowest minted one right there in existence, 4,379, even though they said they were going to do, what, 6,000 or so? Yeah, they didn't. And that's pretty consistent with the mint's behavior lately. American Palladium Eagles, they sold 4 of the reverse proof 2025. Presidential silver medals going to keep on keeping on. American Innovation reverse proof sets. Yeah, I really am bummed they didn't do the reverse proof set like they used to. I got to tell you, that was one of my favorite coins there. It's a beautiful, beautiful design, and it's a beautiful, beautiful finish on that. It's just gorgeous. All right, so here we go. Texas, yeah, I thought these were all sold out. I guess somebody got lucky at 7:30 in the morning. There's no more Florida. You can still pick up some Michigan. Oh, and I do believe you can pick up some American Innovation coins from 2019 if you haven't got those for your set. I think there's some bags available for Georgia, bags available for Illinois, and bags available for Missouri. After that, I think there's a limited amount of, this is bags and rolls for the main, but the rest of them here are the reverse proof. And do you remember what the reverse proof packaging used to look like? Yeah, this is what it looked like. And each coin was individually in there. And it gave a whole story about, Septima Clark here, the United States Mint Innovation $1 coin program, certificate of authenticity right there. This was really a beautiful program, and they ruined it by making the set come in a package like this, because we don't get any of that quality information. And I thought what had been really innovative is if they put some kind of barcode on the back or some QR code or something like that, where you could access some backdoor portal to the mint to get all that special information for each one of these coins. That would have been innovative, right? And so that would have been keeping in line with the program, but they didn't. So wah on that. Bummer in the summer for sure. Yep, let's keep on keeping on. Missouri, Maine, still available here and there. Like I said, I already showed you those. And there's those bags, right? Those are the high price. I think they're $123.50 or so for one bag. But you get $100 in coins, so you're really spending $23 for that because you got your face value back. All right, let's keep on keeping on. We're going to go to the Native American dollar, then the Kennedy half dollar, and then the American women quarters. And then we're going to wrap it up with some plus one action. Wow, I've talked for 30. How do I do it? I feel like I'm in class again. Native American rolls. Yep, look at this. Almost 1% increase for the 100 coin bag out of Philly. That's 28. And for the 25 coin roll, 31 for the 25 coin roll out of Philly. Yeah, just kind of nominal, really not much to speak about. But there's the Kennedy half dollars. Look at this. I thought that was interesting. 88 were sold for the coin bag from Philadelphia and Denver for 2024, and -4 for the 100 coin, 200 coin bags from Philly and Denver. Yeah, that's incredible. And then we have the American Women Quarters. And remember, there's only one more American Women Quarter left, and that is going to be that tennis pro, Althea Gibson. And I really thought the United States Mint really missed the boat on that U.S. Open last month. It could have easily showcased her, and that would have been really cool. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Not really much to speak about. You know, if we saw a 1% increase, I'd be like, yeah, that's great. But we're not really seeing that. And that is it. So let's go to the plus one action. All right, this is Proverb 1, number 32. It says here, for the tranquility of the simpletons will kill them. What? And the contentment of fools will destroy them. What does that even mean? Well, it means, in my words, in my brain, mistakenly interpreting their success, the wicked continue their ways, thinking retribution will never come. Yeah, I'm doing great. I got a Maserati, a 6-bedroom house. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. But yeah, think about that. I mean, to tranquility, like you're content, right? Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's happening to me. I'm good. Maybe the wicked continue their ways, thinking retribution will end it up. And someday, it's like that CCR song. Think someday never comes? Well, someday does come. Now let's bounce over here to 39's fine, 99.9. And I want to thank Texas Stacker for this song here. This is Argent, Hold Your Head Up, and the Midnight Special. It's really cool. Great song. And I want to say, anybody who's a member or even watches the channel can suggest songs. Just send me an email and put up there what song you'd like to hear. And I will put it up here, and I will mention your name or your channel, whatever you like. And that'll be cool. Now, with that said, I want to thank you all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, sub the channel. It's absolutely free. And don't forget, please come by October 1st, 2026. That's a week from yesterday. That's going to be a $3 and Son of a Silver Stacker giveaway. They're going to have 10 American Silver Eagles. Now, I don't know if it's going to be the Heraldic Eagle or it's going to be the new Landing Eagle that has an homage to the Ike dollar, but there it is. And there's going to be a scale and loop. 10 winners will be selected October 15, 2025. Now, also, please consider becoming a member, right? It's $1.99 per month. It's the price of a cheap cup of coffee. Not a whole lot. It's probably the best value on YouTube, I would imagine, I think. Also, consider perusing the store. There's some awesome stuff in the store. There's hoodies, getting ready for winter here. There's a Triple S foil sticker. There's also these Scent Finder hunting mats. These are phenomenal. Mickey Minsky, our friend, designed those. Look at these American Women Quarter picture cards. You can put them in the flips. All 20 designs, any mint distinction, fits in 2x2 vinyl flip holders for quarter collector albums. Yeah, isn't that cool? Even here, look at this. This is phenomenal, and he made this as well. 1999. Oops, let me get off there. So 1999 to 2009, D, right there, United States and U.S. territories quarter picture cards. And there you go, Idaho, Wyoming, Washington, Nebraska, and so on and so forth. Pretty sweet stuff, folks. It really is good stuff that he's made here. Really thank him. Hoodies, beanies, mugs, San Francisco Mint. Yeah, look at that. Lowell. I mean, come on. This is West Point stuff right there. Yeah, great stuff. The kind of stacker trucker hat, etc., etc. So he's really gone out of his way to make some really amazing products for y'all. So there it is. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. And don't forget, tomorrow is Friday, best day of the week. Stacker out.